Next week, well, starting this weekend, the Playposium is in Exeter, and I think this is very interesting. I'm hoping to connect with that during the shows next week, Wednesday and Thursday. But it starts this weekend, Saturday afternoon. There's games. There's going to be a big top somewhere near the business school. But I'm going to play now. I'm hoping this works. From I'll say a little bit about X. I've been a bit hesitant about it. Maybe the We Don't Know show presence on X, we should have reconsidered that. I mean, we started out with Twitter, and I've been using it for the drama show as well. And I know a lot of people have left X, and there are good reasons for doing that. But I think now it's so massive, you've got to stay with it, or try and work out how to exist within it. The cities on Mars are hard to value, but they do have a value at this time, and X exists in a context where it's extremely safe as a project. I think you just have to accept that's how it is, though things change over time. We'll keep it under review, but we're going to stay on X, WENOTNO, for the indefinite future. Well, I would think it's early next year. There may be different valuations of various things, but you never know how that works out. Anyway, look, the thing is, Professors at Play, that's Play Professors, all one word. They exist on X, and I'm hoping this is going to play to through the desk. Let's see.
Hello, I'm here in Exeter doing a little bit of extra work prior to getting ready for the Playposium. And I gotta tell you, this is a wonderful little town. If you've never been here, it's a nice little medium-sized city, a college town, lots of history, lots of good shops and restaurants, of course plenty of pubs. But really, that's not why you're coming to the Playposium, is it? You're coming to have some fun and see a little bit more about what you can do with play in your life, and hopefully expand your perception box. So I hope you can join us in Exeter in June 2026. I promise it'll be warmer. It might not be sunny here in southwest England, but it'll be an awesome time. So be sure to join us.
Yeah, it might well be sunny. It sometimes is, though. That was from Exeter High Street, so the Professor of Play, or Professor at Play, sorry, knows what they're talking about. But look, here's something else about Exeter. I'm still trying to work on my own plays, which are inspired or motivated or energised by the amount of student accommodation in Exeter, which the visiting academics don't need to worry about. There may be similar stories wherever they're coming from, but I'm hoping just to get on to the general theory of what a play is, what drama is, and what playfulness is in relation to that, because there must be a crossover of theory. And the instance is, in my case, what I'm concerned about is developing a script or a situation. But here's some more information about Exeter, which is partly a rationale for using this case on local radio. But this is Phonic FM, community radio station in Exeter, and I'm going to be talking quite a bit about general things to do with technology, learning, what's going on with the UK and other places. And here's a rationale. Here's another thing which I'll retweet it. I've tweeted it as Will789GB, and I've just reposted it as WENOTNO. And what it is a chart from a report on university towns from the City for Centres. Came out towards the end of last year, and what this chart shows the percentage of the population who are students, and it's sort of for 10% there's quite a lot in the middle on 10%, and then it goes down below 10%, but then there's another bit of it goes up, and Oxford is the highest on almost 30%, but well over 20, and in the next place is Exeter, and I think that explains a lot. I think we just happen to have a very attractive university, given how big or small the town is, and that does put pressure on the space, on the living accommodation. So I've got two. I'm going to rave on a little bit. I've played a couple of tracks. I'll play another track in a bit. So I'm going to rave on a bit. I'm going to keep this as simple as I can though, because I've done this a few times. There are basically two plays. One is called CD Walk, and the other is Ruins HE. So the CD Walk is looking at a city centre where the retail used to be for music. So all the CD shops, vinyl shop, well, it's changed a little since I started doing it, but let's say the space needed for music retail is very much less. And you could also look at department stores, office space, but you also look in the same city centre and you notice that student accommodation is still being built. So the question that you ask is why? Why is the campus so different to anything else in the way that it's affected by technology? And this has actually changed over time, because HMV has come back. It is a viable operation now. It went bust 2, maybe 3 times, or was restructured on a regular basis. But now with more merchandise and going back to vinyl, I'm not sure exactly why, but there must be a reason for that. It's definitely viable, and 12 Bar is viable, mixing it with a cafe, mixing vinyl and performance with a cafe situation. So if you want a finale to a dramatic tension situation, the way that the music retail has redefined itself and still exists, it's on a different scale, but there is some sort of resolution there, which I'm not sure how that's going to happen with the campus, but that's a possible future to it. The Ruins one is based on a lecture from Peter Horrocks when he was Vice Chancellor of the Open University, so 2012, 13, sometime like that. He had this idea of a fortress university as what he was trying to get away from. So he saw FutureLearn, the MOOC, having online courses widely available and free or very cheap or the degrees would be cheaper than residential degrees, and they still are. He saw that as a challenge to what he called the Fortress University. So I was inspired by Kendal Castle, which is definitely in ruins, to imagine that had once been a Fortress University. So you've got all kinds of situations during the time that change happened, and that could be a drama. But look, both of these ideas could exist anywhere. There's lots of castles in the UK and other places. There's lots of city centre shopping areas where music retail once existed, and you can imagine different points in time. So I think by way of drama or situations, or time and space are variable, but we happen to be looking at Exeter this week and next week, and I think that's enough for one rave. I'll come back to some of this later on. I think this is going to be